June 1, 2026, marks a turning point for Montenegro and the Western Balkans. On this day, the eyes of Europe and the world will be fixed on this small but ambitious nation, as it steps onto the global stage in a way never seen before. The country will host the EU-Western Balkans Summit, welcoming leaders from across Europe to its Adriatic shores. Montenegro's cities and landscapes will become the backdrop for high-level talks, as presidents, prime ministers, and diplomats gather to shape the future of the region. Announced by European Council President António Costa, this event signals a new era of partnership and progress. The summit is not just a diplomatic gathering, it's a symbol of hope and renewed commitment to European unity, stability, and shared prosperity. For Montenegro, hosting the summit is both an honor and a testament to its political maturity and commitment to European values. It reflects years of hard work, reforms, and a clear vision for the country's place within the European family. The summit will spotlight Montenegro's journey, offering a platform for crucial discussions about the region's future in the EU. It's a chance for the Western Balkans to voice their aspirations, address challenges, and build stronger ties with the European Union. Years of reform and a steadfast pro-European stance have led to this moment. Montenegro's dedication to democratic principles, economic modernization, and regional cooperation has paved the way for this historic opportunity. The choice of Montenegro sends a clear message. The EU is invested in the Western Balkans' future. It's a signal that enlargement remains on the agenda, and that the dreams of millions in the region are being recognized at the highest level. For Montenegrins, seeing European leaders gather in their country makes EU integration feel more tangible than ever. The summit brings hope, pride, and a sense of belonging to a wider European community. The 2026 summit is not just a meeting, it's a milestone on Montenegro's path to full EU membership, and a celebration of how far the country and the region have come on their European journey. The journey of the EU-Western Balkans summits began in 2003 in Thessaloniki, a city that became the birthplace of a new vision for the region. It was here that, for the first time, leaders from the European Union and the Western Balkans gathered to discuss a shared future, setting the stage for a long and complex process of integration. At that historic summit, the EU made a bold promise to welcome the Western Balkans into its family, provided the countries met the necessary reforms and standards. This commitment was not just symbolic, it was a signal of hope for millions in the region. The Thessaloniki Agenda laid out a clear path to membership, outlining steps for political, economic, and social reforms. However, despite the initial optimism, progress soon slowed. Years of stalled negotiations and shifting priorities in both the EU and the Balkans led to frustration and uncertainty. It wasn't until 2018 at the Sofia summit that the process was truly revived. The EU reaffirmed its commitment to enlargement, and new agreements were signed, breathing fresh life into the relationship and restoring hope for the region's European aspirations. Subsequent summits in Croatia, Slovenia, and Tirana, where Albania became the first non-EU country to host, demonstrated a growing sense of trust and partnership. Each meeting brought new opportunities for dialogue, cooperation, and progress on key reforms. Recent meetings in Brussels have kept the momentum alive, focusing on practical policy issues and the ongoing integration process. These gatherings have helped maintain dialogue, address challenges, and ensure that the enlargement agenda remains a priority for both sides. Now, the decision to return the summit to the region in 2026, with Montenegro as host, carries deep symbolic meaning. It marks a new era of partnership, showing that the Western Balkans are not just participants, but active shapers of their European destiny. This move highlights the EU's ongoing commitment to treating Western Balkan countries as future equals, recognizing their progress and potential. It's a powerful gesture of inclusion and respect. Each summit builds on the achievements and lessons of the last, gradually moving the region closer to a united European future. The journey is far from over, but every step brings new hope and opportunity. From Thessaloniki to Montenegro, the process has faced many challenges, political, economic, and social, but it now advances with renewed purpose and determination from all sides. The 2026 summit in Montenegro is set to be the next chapter in this evolving story, promising to bring the region even closer to its European dream. The 2026 summit coincides with Montenegro's 20th anniversary of restored independence. In 2006, Montenegrins chose sovereignty through a peaceful referendum, setting their sights on a European future. 2 decades later, the nation has built modern institutions and aligned itself with EU standards. Hosting the summit during this milestone is a powerful symbol of progress and national pride. It's a celebration of both independence and the hard work dedicated to joining the EU. For international leaders, Montenegro's story is a living example of successful state-building in a region once marked by instability. The summit transforms from a political event into a historic celebration of shared values. Montenegro's independence and European aspirations are deeply intertwined. As leaders gather, they witness a nation ready to embrace its European destiny. The 2026 summit marks the fulfillment of a national dream. Sovereign, democratic, and on the threshold of the EU. Montenegro's selection as summit host was met with praise from top EU officials. European Council President António Costa commended Montenegro's impressive progress toward EU accession. Such recognition boosts morale and validates the country's reform efforts. EU leaders' encouragement strengthens the relationship and motivates continued progress. Montenegro's achievements in foreign policy alignment and rule of law reforms are acknowledged at the highest levels. This praise signals to the region that dedication to EU values brings tangible rewards. Positive assessments help build consensus among EU member states for Montenegro's membership. High-level support lays the groundwork for the final stages of accession. These words of confidence are building blocks for Montenegro's European future. Awarding the 2026 summit to Montenegro is a powerful signal of EU trust and support. It's more than logistics, it's a political endorsement of Montenegro's reliability and stability. Years of reform, alignment with EU policies, and tough decisions, like joining sanctions against Russia, have earned this trust. Hosting the summit makes the benefits of EU integration tangible for Montenegrin citizens. It boosts public support for reforms and brings the European dream closer to reality. The responsibility of organizing the summit strengthens Montenegro's institutions and democratic forces. It's a strategic investment in the country's future and a vote of confidence from Brussels. The event accelerates reforms and prepares Montenegro for EU membership. The summit is a milestone on the final stretch of Montenegro's European journey. The 2026 summit is part of a renewed push for EU enlargement, now seen as vital for peace and security. Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine underscored the urgency of integrating the Western Balkans. The EU now views enlargement as essential for stability and to prevent outside influence in the region. Accelerating accession for countries like Montenegro is a strategic investment in Europe's future. The EU's growth plan brings the region closer to the single market, linking aid to reforms in democracy and rule of law. The summit will review progress and ensure the plan delivers real benefits. Enlargement extends the EU's zone of peace and democracy, resolving disputes through dialogue. The 2026 summit reaffirms that the Western Balkans' future is tied to the EU's. It's a key step in building a united, stable, and prosperous Europe. The path to EU membership is hopeful, but not without obstacles. The Western Balkans' complex history means tensions and disputes can slow progress. Good neighborly relations are essential. Countries must resolve bilateral issues before joining the EU. The summit provides a platform for dialogue and building trust among leaders. Deep reforms in rule of law, fighting corruption, and ensuring media freedom remain challenging, but crucial. The EU offers support and expertise to help the region succeed. The summit is a moment to assess progress and renew commitment to strong institutions. Despite challenges, momentum for enlargement is growing. Regional cooperation and joint declarations show real progress. The 2026 summit is another step toward a unified, peaceful European continent. The 2026 summit stands as a symbol of Montenegro's European dream coming within reach. For 2 decades, Montenegro has pursued EU membership with determination. Hosting the summit is recognition of its progress and commitment to European values. The event will inspire a new generation, making a European future feel real and attainable. The final reforms are within sight, and political will is strong in both Montenegro and Brussels. The summit will help chart the last steps toward full EU membership. It's a celebration of independence, progress, and shared destiny. As leaders gather, they're not just discussing policy, they're building Europe's future. For Montenegro, that future is European, and the dream is now closer than ever.